Hello class, this is your instructor Ron Santos, and today this is going to be a video tutorial of our syllabus for the class. This is Accounting 101, and to start off with my class schedule and office hours. Again, my name is Ronald G. Santos. This is my email address here. This is the way you want to contact me if you're not getting anything from Messenger. We're going to be using Messenger in our e-learning class, and office hours by appointment. If you'd like to have an office hour, just email me and I'll set up an office hour using today's meet, and we'll go over that shortly. This is the course description, which is right out of our catalog. This course focuses on the basic structure of financial record keeping. Attention is directed to journalizing, adjusting, closing, and reversing entries. Emphasis is placed on the preparation of financial statements for service and merchandising firms. Other topics covered include deferrals and accruals, cash reconciliation, receivables and payables, payroll accounting, internal control, and accounting ethics. Computer applications are integrated into this course in a variety of ways, including a computerized lab setting, 3 lecture hours and 1 computer lab hour per week. So this is a 4-credit course. The prerequisite for it is the arithmetic competency. Student learning outcomes: define and discuss terms used in contemporary accounting. Explain the functional role of accounting and its impact on the success of an organization. Define ethics as it relates specifically to accounting, as well as to business and to society in general. Journalize basic transactions and prepare basic adjusting and closing entries. Prepare basic financial statements for service and merchandising firms. Prepare and maintain payroll for a business, and assess the ability of financial control to deter fraud. Instructional objectives. In addition to fulfilling the objectives stated at the beginning of each covered chapter, the student should also be able to identify, set up, and solve related problems on a chapter-by-chapter basis as the course proceeds. Now, this is probably the most important part of doing the accounting homework. Setting up a problem. They're word problems, just as you would have in any algebra class. When you're doing a word problem, you have to read it through once, find out what they're talking about, what they want, what the question is, then read it through a second time, pull out the pertinent information that you need for completing the word problem, and then thirdly, actually putting it into an order. Okay, set it up, a good setup, so that you can take that information and solve the word problem. So that's one of the things that we'll be doing throughout the course. Acquire a working knowledge of the accounting cycle for service and merchandising business organizations. The accounting cycle is a 365-day period. It could be a calendar year or it could be a fiscal year. It starts and ends at its least busy time. Prepare accurate financial statements in good form for business accounting periods. Attain and understanding of the accountant's role in a business organization. And then as a result of exposure to the computer lab, the students should increase their knowledge of computers and program applications, particularly in the area of accounting. We'll be using Excel to do our lab work. We'll be using formulas. Please watch the Excel tutorial before doing the Excel spreadsheets and dropping them in the Dropbox. If you don't have Excel on your computer, you can download it through the BCC e-learning resources tab. Under your Access BCC, you'll have access to Excel. The required supplemental readings. This is our book. This is our package. Horngren's Accounting Package, Bristol Community College Edition 11. The author is Nobles. This is the ISBN number, the year. I highly suggest that you get this from the BCC bookstore, because it being a BCC package, it comes with a workbook, and it comes with the most important code that you'll be using to enter the publisher's website. So you can do your homework, you can do your quizzes, and you can do your exams. The book is good for accounting 101 and 102, along with the course code. A workbook with templates for practicing your homework before you put it in the online form. You can do it. It's always good to write it out first, and they have some good setups in that book. I know it's a large book, but it's good to use. And a small booklet with your access code. It's very important. You will need this to register on e-learning. This is how we will register the biggest expense from your book. You can also purchase or rent the package from the BCC bookstore. A link is provided. Methods of instruction, lecture, blackboard, PowerPoint demonstrations, problem solving, and open discussion. We have discussion boards. Ask a question. If you're having a problem, you put it in Ask a Question. Another student can help you answer the question. I can help you answer the question. Or maybe one of my SIs, Sherry, can answer the question. If it benefits the whole class, you can put it in Ask a Question. We'll be doing homework, quizzes, exams. They'll be completed using the publisher's website through e-learning. Excel lab spreadsheets and discussion board prompts are listed in the weekly folders. There's only 3 discussion board prompts for the semester, but there are Excel lab assignments due every week that have to be used and put in a Dropbox, submitted in a Dropbox. The e-learning space will be used extensively, and students are expected to utilize it on a weekly basis. If you miss a class, be sure to check e-learning. All assignments, due dates, and expectations are posted there. The following rubric is an evaluation of your grade. Your grade is based on a weighted average. As you can see in the rubric in your syllabus, that your lab assignments are worth 10 points, or 10% of your grade. Homework assignments are worth 20 points, 20% of your grade. Class participation 10, quizzes 10, and exams 50%. There is 8 quizzes, 1 per chapter, so the average quiz grade multiplied by 10% will give you the raw points that you have. The same thing with the exams. Your average exam grade times 0.50 will give you the raw points for exams. So when you're trying to figure out your grade, just take your average grade for your lab assignments, multiply it times 10%. Then your homework assignments, your average grade, multiply it by 20%. Class participation, which includes our discussion boards. There's 3 discussion board prompts. That and being attentive in class and doing your work on time. Quizzes, the average grade, times 10%. And then your exams, your average grade times 50%. You add those raw numbers up, and it'll give you your grade. You should be able to figure out your grade at any given time. Excel is a good source for figuring it out. Homework and quiz. Homework can be submitted multiple times with the highest grade accepted. Multiple choice quizzes can be submitted 1 time, and they can't be made up. So if you missed it, you missed it. Late assignments. There'll be no makeup exams allowed. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do your exams and not miss one. However, if you do miss one or you do poorly on one, don't worry about it. I will drop the lowest exam grade. Nose quiz makeups are allowed. Homework, lab, Excel, and discussion board assignments are expected to be completed on time. There'll be a 10% penalty per week for all late homework, lab, and discussion board assignment submissions. Once you've calculated your number grade, you can come to the rubric beneath and look at the associated letter grade that goes with it. And that'll be your grade. The attendance policy. It's an important factor in student success. You're expected to attend all classes. If they're not in person, still online. In the absence of an individual attendance policy stated on the syllabus, the following will be enforced. So this is the e-learning policy. It's not enough to just log into the class on a weekly basis. The lack of any email contact, posting, or assignments for 1 week period may also be considered a 4-hour absence and will usually be handled the same way as a face-to-face absence. It's expected that students will complete each scheduled week on time. Unexcused absences in excess of 8 scheduled class hours or lab hours, 2 weeks, may result in withdrawal from the class. Points can be taken off of your final grade for excessive absence. So you want to keep going in week after week. You want to look at the tutorials. You want to watch the videos for the assignments. You want to be doing your work, not just in the Pearson site, but also in the e-learning site. Especially the first 2 weeks. If I'm not seeing enough work being done in the first 2 weeks, I have to report who's been doing work in class and who's not been doing work in class. And at that point, they may withdraw you from the class. So keep up with your classwork. Work on a steady basis. You can go ahead on a lot of the work, but please keep to date. I will give you weekly reminders every 2 weeks of when work is due. And please don't stop attending class. If you wish to drop the course, it's important that you follow the withdrawal procedure for the course. There's a link to it in the handbook. But please let me know what's going on so I know how to handle the situation for you. Interaction and communication plan. All questions regarding course readings, assignments, or assessments should be posted to the Ask a Question on e-learning. I'll check this and respond to all questions in a timely manner. So if you have a question that everyone could benefit from the answer for, ask a question. In e-learning, anybody can respond to the Ask a Question. If you have a matter that's personal or confidential, use my ronald.santos@bristolcc.edu. Use my email, and I'll respond to you as soon as I get to it, which is usually daily. I check my messages daily, Monday through Friday, through normal business hours. You may get an email or response to me on the weekend. Sometimes I check them while I'm doing stuff. I will also check discussion forums daily. And I'll be posting in the first few weeks. Then I hope you'll be filling that discussion forum in. Time considerations. Face-to-face, e-learning, time considerations are pretty much the same. This is a 4-credit course, so you should be spending 4 hours in the classroom with an additional 4 to 8 hours outside the classroom doing homework and assignments, and your reading. For a 4-credit course, this course, you should be spending 8 to 12 hours a week, and a total of 135 hours, which is the same regardless of whether you're in class or out of class. So keep a good time management of the class, and remember that this is how much work will be demanded for the class. This is the college's